Hello friends, glad to meet you all in this new session. Today we will learn the summary of the lesson Clever Tenali Ramakrishna, taken from Unit 1 of the Blossoms English Reader of 6th Standard. On to pre-reading first. Pre-reading is a session wherein we are motivated towards the topic. Look at the picture and answer the questions that follow. Firstly, observe the picture carefully. Then we answer the questions below them. What do you see in the picture? In the picture, we see king and the courtiers. Yeah, this is the court scene. Okay. And then what else? Who is sitting on the throne? Throne means the chair or the seat of the king is called the throne. Who is sitting on the throne? Yes, it is the king. King Krishna Deva Raya is sitting on the throne. Okay. And then, can you guess the person who covered his head with a pot? Obviously, it is Tenali Ramakrishna. We know the story wherein the king says Tenali Ramakrishna not to show his face. So, Tenali Ramakrishna wears a pot and comes. Yeah. So, here the person is Tenali Ramakrishna. Do you know any funny incidents related to Tenali Ramakrishna? So far we have read so many stories on Tenali Ramakrishna. So we can narrate any one of them and we can present it before our class. Okay, let's get into the lesson now. Clever Tenali Ramakrishna. Clever means intelligent, brilliant, bright, shrewd, smart. Yeah, these are all the synonyms of clever. Okay, Clever Tenali Ramakrishna. Yeah, now what happens here? Let us see. Chitravarma was the most famous painter in Sri Krishna Deva Raya's court. Now there was a painter. His name was Chitravarma. He was the most famous. There is no one more famous than him. The most famous. This is superlative degree. Okay, the most famous painter in Sri Krishna Deva Raya's court. The emperor was pleased with Chitravarma's paintings. People also liked his paintings. The emperor Sri Krishna Deva Raya was pleased. Pleased means very happy. Yeah, and he was very much satisfied with the paintings of Chitravarma, or you can say he was very impressed with the paintings of Chitravarma. People also liked his paintings. Not only the emperor, even the people liked the paintings. One day, Chitravarma was busy painting. So, one day what happened is, the artist or the painter Chitravarma was painting very busily. The emperor Sri Krishna Deva Raya happened to visit him. At that time, the emperor Krishna Deva Raya went and visited him. Okay. Chitravarma says, "Welcome, Your Majesty." Now look children, this is in the format of a conversation, or you can call it as a skit. Yeah, here the conversation, you see below the name we don't write any of the dialogues. Dialogues are all on the other side. One side only we write the names or the speakers who is speaking. The other side we write the dialogues. This you should be very careful while writing the conversations. Okay. Chitravarma says, "Welcome, Your Majesty." Your Majesty is a respectful way of calling the emperor, the king, the queen. Okay. You call either Your Majesty or Your Highness. Yeah, so this is a way of greeting the king, showing the respect. Okay, and then Sri Krishna Deva Raya says, "Oh, what a beautiful picture. It looks so natural." So you can look at that in the picture here. Yeah, Chitravarma is showing the picture and the emperor is praising him. He is very much impressed looking at the picture. It looks so natural. The courtiers say, "Yes, Your Majesty, really it is wonderful." Not only the king, even the courtiers praise Chitravarma's painting. Okay. Sri Krishna Devaraya. No painter on earth can compete with you, Chitravarma. You are a unique painter. A unique painter means you are a gifted painter, one and only of your kind. You are very outstanding. You are very remarkable. You are a very special one. Yeah, look children, here a unique. Whenever we have vowel in the first place, we generally use an. But here it is given a unique because here U is pronounced with the Y sound, ya. Okay, a unique. Whereas if you say umbrella, it is pronounced with a, vowel sound a. So we say an umbrella. Both umbrella also starts with U and unique also starts with U, but the pronunciation of U differs. In umbrella, we pronounce the U as a. So, an umbrella. In unique, we pronounce the U as ya. Okay, U. So, it is taken as a unique. Okay, so you have to understand this. You are a unique painter. You shall be rewarded. Rewarded means given a lot of prizes, given a lot of rewards. Okay, what do you say, Ramakrishna? So the emperor is firstly praising the painter and then he is asking about the opinion of Tenali Ramakrishna about it. Ramakrishna says, "Yes, my lord, such an artist he is. He deserves your encouragement." So Krishna Devaraya praises the artist and Ramakrishna also joins him and says that he is really a good painter and he deserves some encouragement from the king. Sri Krishna Devaraya says, "That's great. Let him ask for anything. He shall get whatever he wants." So Krishna Devaraya is quite impressed by the work of the painter Chitravarma. So he says that he is ready to give anything as a gift. Okay. Then Chitravarma says, "Thank you very much, Your Majesty. It's all your affection and encouragement." Now Chitravarma is very humble and he is very happy that the king is praising him. So he says, "With all your affection and encouragement, whatever you are giving, I am very happy with that," he says. Okay. And then Sri Krishna Devaraya says, "Your presence in the council of advisors will be a boon to the Vijayanagar Empire." Boon means blessing. Yeah, blessing. So what he says is, the great painter, the great artist Chitravarma, if you become a part of the council of advisors, yeah, there are many advisors in my court. If you become a part of them, our Vijayanagara Empire itself would be completely blessed, he says. Okay, so Chitravarma says, "I'm afraid I'm not, Your Majesty. Your blessings are worth the strength of 1,000 elephants." So he says, no, Your Majesty, I am afraid means I am sorry. Like when the king says something, you cannot go against it. You can't say no. So instead of that, I am afraid I am not, Your Majesty. That means I am sorry, I am not eligible for that post. I don't have that much of experience or knowledge to be an advisor. So what he says is, your blessings, whatever blessings you are giving, that is itself equal to the strength of 1,000 elephants. You give me the encouragement, that itself is enough for me, he says. Sri Krishna Devaraya says, "No, a great painter like you should be rewarded in a fitting manner." No. How can I leave you like that? You are such a great painter. I should reward you. I should appreciate you. I should show my appreciation. So I will be giving it in a fitting manner. Fitting means appropriate manner, in the correct way, in the right way. Okay, so I have to give you in the apt way. So the fitting manner is, I want to reward you according to my level. I have to give you the reward, he says. Then the painter Chitravarma says, "Your Highness is merciful. You are really merciful." Merciful means you have a lot of mercy towards others. You are kind-hearted. You are compassionate. Yeah, that's what he says. Sri Krishna Devaraya says, what does he do before saying? He is thinking for a while. He snapped his fingers. Now look children, here it is given in brackets. That means this is not a dialogue. This is an action done. Okay. So in order to differentiate between the dialogue and the action done, they put it in the brackets and they have differentiated using a different font, different type of writing. Okay, the same way when you write a conversation also, if they are doing any action, that you have to write in brackets. Okay, thinking for a while. He thinks for a while. That means thinks for some time. He snapped his fingers. Snapped means doing like this. That's called a snapping. He snapped his fingers. You will be my chief advisor from today onwards. So after thinking for some time, he came with a decision. What is that? You will be my chief advisor. From today onwards, you are my chief advisor, he announced. Chitravarma says, what? I cannot understand how I am blessed, Your Majesty. So he is really overwhelming with joy, very much happy that he has been given such a big post. And he says, I am blessed. I am really blessed to be appreciated by you, Your Majesty, he says. Then Ramakrishna says, excuse me, Your Majesty. He is talented in painting, but would it be a right decision to make him the chief advisor? Now look, this is not in a logic way. This is not going right. Okay, what Ramakrishna says is, this is not in the right way, my lord. He is a good painter. He deserves to be appreciated, rewarded, awarded. Everything is fine. But making him the chief advisor, in which way it is correct, Your Majesty? You give a second thought. That is what he is telling. Would it be a right decision to make him the chief advisor? Miss, why don't you give a second thought? Think again over this matter before you take the decision, is what Tenali Ramakrishna is telling. Sri Krishna Devaraya says, the emperor of Vijayanagara knows what it is, what is right. He says, the emperor of Vijayanagara knows what is right. Minister, please make an announcement that Chitravarma will be the chief advisor hereafter in our court. So, for this, Krishna Devaraya does not agree with Tenali Ramakrishna. He goes with his own decision. He says that he knows everything because he is the emperor. Yeah, supreme commander. Yeah, so he knows everything. And he is asking the minister to make an announcement in the kingdom that Chitravarma will be the chief advisor hereafter, means after this moment. Yeah, hereafter in our court. Yeah, the announcement was made. Minister, yes, Your Majesty, I will make an announcement in our empire. Empire means the kingdom is very big, you call it as an empire. If the king is a king of a big kingdom, yeah, the king of a big empire is called an emperor. Okay, if the kingdom is very big, the king is called an emperor. Okay, Chitravarma's plans and actions led to a confusion everywhere. He had never handled the matters of court before. His decisions were irrelevant. His conclusions lacked sense. With this, the people grew impatient. Now look, Chitravarma was a painter, a very good painter, the most famous painter, the most talented painter. Agreed. But how can he do justice to the chief advisor job? So what he did is, whatever plans and actions he did, they all led to confusion. Led is the past tense of lead. Lead means it is giving way to many confusions in the kingdom, in the empire. He had never handled the matters of court before. He doesn't have any experience in handling any of the problems, any of the matters of the court. His decisions were irrelevant. Irrelevant means not at all connected, not at all logical. Yeah, they were not at all meaningful. Okay, relevant means connected. Irrelevant means connected. Okay, so they were all very illogical, without any logic. Yeah, they were not at all up to the mark. His conclusion lacked sense. Sense means whenever any problem is given or any matter is given to him to discuss, whatever conclusions he made did not make sense. They were all senseless. Yeah, that means he did not have any experience in the field. With this, the people grew impatient. Impatient means they all grew very angry, or they all were not at all happy with the decisions of the chief advisor, Mr. Chitravarma. Okay, so they all grew impatient means they all are in a place wherein they were about to go against him. Okay, yet the emperor continued to support him. Though the people were going impatient, impatient is the opposite of patient. Impatient means they are all very eager for the moment when they can get rid of this person. Okay, yet the king, the emperor Krishna Devaraya continued to support him. He kept on supporting him. The elders of the empire decided to seek help from the court's jester Tenali Ramakrishna in this matter. So I had found that the king was not at all interested in taking away Chitravarma from that post. They have to do something. So they know who is the biggest problem solver of their empire. Yes, you all know Tenali Ramakrishna. He was the one who was very intelligent. Yeah, he could solve many big problems. So they all approached him. They all decided to go to him and tell him about the problems that they were facing because of Chitravarma. Okay, and then Tenali Ramakrishna told them that he had an idea and assured them not to worry. So here Tenali Ramakrishna, he was the jester. Jester means a person who plays wits, humorous stories, jokes. That person is called a jester, and those jokes they contain a lot of logic, moral values, and they have lot of wisdom in them. Yeah, such jokes, whoever plays or who has a lot of sense of humor and keeps the court always cheerful is called a jester. Yeah, so here Tenali Ramakrishna was the jester, and he told them that he had an idea. Then he listened to the people and he said that yes, we will do it. And he said that he had an idea and assured means promised them, gave them the assurance. He gave them the assurance that he will try to solve the problem and ask them not to worry. One day Tenali Ramakrishna approached the emperor Sri Krishna Devaraya. So here Tenali Ramakrishna approached the emperor. Ramakrishna says, "Your Majesty, you know that I have been blessed with a baby boy. I will be happy if you visit my house for my boy's naming ceremony tomorrow." So here, now I feel he has a plan. That is why he is approaching the emperor. So what he did, he went and invited Krishna Devaraya to his house, telling that he would be very glad if the emperor comes to his house to name his boy, or if he attends the boy's naming ceremony the next day, he would be very happy. This way Tenali Ramakrishna invited Krishna Devaraya to his house. Sri Krishna Devaraya says, "Oh, wonderful! It's my pleasure, Ramakrishna." The emperor also agreed to come to Ramakrishna's house. The emperor visited Ramakrishna's house the next day. So as Ramakrishna has invited, the emperor came to Ramakrishna's house. Ramakrishna, with a bouquet of flowers in his hands. Now look, this pronunciation, B-O-U-Q-U-E-T. This is bouquet. Yeah, T is silent over there. With a bouquet of flowers in his hands. Yeah, and bouquet is a collective noun. Yeah, the flowers collectively are called as a bouquet. A bouquet. Though there are many flowers in the bouquet, you call it in single terms. Yeah, a bouquet of flowers in his hands. "Welcome, Your Majesty. We are grateful for your visit. Please bless my son." Grateful means thankful. So here Ramakrishna welcomes the emperor and he says that he is really thankful because the emperor himself has come to his house and is asking him to bless his son. Sri Krishna Devaraya. Dirghayushman Bhava. This is a token of my love. The emperor puts a gold chain around the baby's neck. So the emperor, according to his way, he is giving a gold chain as a gift to Tenali Rama's son. Okay, Ramakrishna. Thank you very much, Your Majesty. You are requested to join us for lunch. So he is again inviting him for the lunch. The Sri Krishna Devaraya, after having tasted. Now, as the lunch is served after every function, after the whatever ceremony rituals are over, we all have lunch. Yeah, we all have some meals together, right? So this way, the lunch was all arranged, and as Sri Krishna Devaraya sat for the meal, after having tasted little bit, he took and he tasted. Oh, water, water, give me water, urgent. He started shouting. Arey, give me water, he started telling. The courtiers, oh God, water, water. All the courtiers who all came with the emperor, they also started shouting, oh God, water, water and all. Sri Krishna Devaraya, hey Ramakrishna, what is this? Horrible dishes. The king is very angry, is very annoyed on Ramakrishna. What is this way of cooking? An emperor is coming to your house. How good the food should be, how delicious you should make. What is this? You have made such horrible dishes, he says. Courtier 1 says, it's too spicy. Yeah, and the courtier 2 says, too salty too. Courtier 3 says, not cooked properly, it's undercooked. Now the food was not at all fit for eating. It had lot of salt, lot of spice, and it was not cooked properly also. Sri Krishna Devaraya says angrily, who cooked this? Is this the way to cook food? Very angry, okay, and he was asking who was the person who cooked the food. Courtiers, do you want all of us to die? Now they are adding more and more anger to the king's anger, to the emperor's anger. Telling, what is this? Why have you made like the food like this? They are all asking. Ramakrishna, with folded hands, he says, please forgive me, sir. Let me introduce the cook to you. Cook means the one who cooks food is called cook. Yeah. So here he says, now look children, one who paints is called a painter. Yeah, but one who cooks is not called a cooker. Cooker is a vessel where we cook food. Okay, cook means the person who cooks food is called the cook. Yeah, he is telling that he would introduce the cook to them. Sri Krishna Devaraya, bring him at once or you will be punished. So Krishna Devaraya was already very angry. So he asked him, immediately call the cook, otherwise I will punish you. Ramakrishna, presenting a carpenter, he asked the carpenter to come. This is the best carpenter in Vijayanagar. He is a brilliant worker. I gave him the task of cooking for today. So what Ramakrishna says, here your majesty, this is the best carpenter of our entire Vijayanagar empire. He is a very brilliant worker. So I have given him the work of cooking today, the task of cooking. That thing is given to him and he is the one who cooked the food. Then Sri Krishna Devaraya says, are you crazy, Ramakrishna? He may be an excellent carpenter. How can he be a cook? Now Sri Krishna Devaraya got very angry. He says, he can be a good carpenter, but can he be a good cook? How could you do like this? He is asking. Then Ramakrishna says, pardon me, your majesty, if a painter can be your chief advisor, why can a carpenter not be a cook? So Tenali Ramakrishna says, my deep apologies, your majesty. Whatever I am telling may be a little bit hurting to you. When an artist, a painter can be made a chief advisor in our empire, why can't a carpenter be made into a cook? Just think, he is telling. Okay, so this way he made the king understand that making a painter, an artist, to be a chief advisor, to be the chief advisor was so illogical, was so meaningless as and how a carpenter is given the work of cooking. How a carpenter cannot do the cooking properly, how much ever he is talented in his carpentry, the same way a painter cannot be the chief advisor. He cannot do justice to the job. So everyone must be given the work according to their talent. So Tenali Ramakrishna makes the king realize that how much ever talented the painter might be, it was not correct to be given the post of the chief advisor. Maybe this might have brought a great change in the thinkings of Sri Krishna Devaraya. Hope this session was useful to you all. And this lesson teaches us to always go with our talent. Whatever talent we have, that we have to utilize it correctly. And when we give a work to someone, we should allot it according to the talent they have. Hope this session was useful to you all. Thank you for watching and have a great day ahead. I will be posting the textual exercises very soon. Click the bell icon for further notifications. Leave a comment in the comment section. Share with your friends. Thank you once again.